Where do you see yourself? October 11, 2033. Where do you see yourself? Will you be in school reading the subject of your dream? Will you be married with your children? Those things are valid. Will you be somewhere serving our nation? Where will you be in 2033? What do you want to become? Your dreams are valid. You've heard that severally. What do you want to become? If you want to become a doctor, you can. If you want to become an architect, you can. If you want to become a domestic goddess like myself, I don't call myself a housewife. I'm a domestic goddess. I'm proud to be called a domestic goddess. I take care of my family, and then I do other things by the side. So there's no shame in it. Own your being a housewife. For them, for me, own your being a domestic goddess with your full chest. You want to be a coach? Put it there. I want to be a coach. And I'll tell you the story of somebody that Oprah Winfrey herself said is her most favorite guest. Terera Trent. She was a young girl in Zimbabwe, and she had a dream to go to school. She's an African. Zimbabwe is part of Africa. She had this dream to go to school. But as we know, most times we don't allow ladies, girls to go to school, because to them, they will end up in their husband's house anyway. That's not where we end up in. We are nurturers. We agree. We are brilliant. If you educate one man, you've educated one person. If you educate a woman, you've educated the nation. Even your parents maybe did not go. My mom did not pass through to university. But today she has more than how many graduates? We are 8 of us. I'm the first of 8 children. Yes. Everybody is a graduate now. Why? Because if you educate a woman, you've educated the nation. If you educate a man, most times you've educated just one person. So write it, 2033, where will I be? You are not just writing it for me, you are writing it for yourself. And I will share my daughter's story. I love the way you shared your daughter's story. You can go to Instagram, look for Bridget Elesin. She does 10 questions with Davina because she's a questionnaire. She's always asking questions. My first daughter, interestingly, is a teacher. She has always said, Mommy, I want to own a school. Her father is an engineer. I read geography and regional planning, but I'm not planning now. I'm planning at home. And I'm proud to be planning at home. And she said I want to be a teacher. And today, she's in her second year, doing well. I can't tell you what she has done. But where she is today is as a result of the dream I had with my husband to say, at this point in time, there will be somewhere. And we walked the dream. So you're going to walk your dream. So write it there. 2033, I'll probably be a fine artist. If you want to be a musician, there's nothing wrong. But please go to school to be a musician. So that when you're singing, it's refined. I don't want to mention names. You see the educated ones are different from the ones that are not educated. Because you need the business sense to do music. So that nobody sells you for cheap. Go to school, whatever you want to be. You want to be a model, go to school because you need to read contracts. I've left my script, I'm not looking at it. Because what is important is to tell you the truth. 2033, where will you be? I wrote my dreams. If you go to my father's house, I'm sure you'll still see it there. The kind of man I want to marry. The kind of things I want to do. I saw myself speaking at a very young age. Today, almost everything I wrote is there, ticking it. Let's go back to Terera in Zimbabwe. A young girl that they did not give the opportunity to have an education. She learned how to read, reading her brother's textbooks. And she would do his assignments. The teacher now discovered the one they said should go to school did not do so well as the one that was at home. He came and met the parents. Please let her go to school. They allowed her, and later the father married her off just because the person gave him a cow. Married off his daughter. It's still happening here in Nigeria. Sadly, maybe some of us will get married before time because our parents feel that's the best thing to do. You're going to end up in your husband's house anyway. But tell yourself today, even if I end up in a husband's house, I will still be a force to be reckoned with. I cannot be ignored. Tell yourself, I cannot be ignored. It's valid to want to be married, but not everybody will get married. And it's not a curse. You choose what you want in life. 2033, this is what I will be. Stay the course, be resilient as you've heard, and you will see it happen. This lady got married before she was 18, and at 18 she had 2 or 3 children. But she had a dream. Just like we've come here today to talk to you, some persons came to a city, a village, spoke and said, your dreams are valid. She wrote her dreams in a can and buried it in the sand. All she wished was, I will get a first degree, a second degree, a third degree. I'll go to America. Today she's a Zimbabwean American. She has a PhD. She's written books. She's built schools. Why? Her dream was valid. And that validity was through education. If she didn't write those dreams, she didn't hold it, she married her husband. After 5 children, they ended up in America. The man was abusive and was finally deported. As women, we still suffer abuse today. As children, we suffer abuse. Domestic abuse. Abuse from everywhere. But don't allow the abuse stop you from becoming who God has said you should be. So are your dreams valid? Because mine are valid. I'm asking you, are your dreams valid? Yes. Say, my dreams are valid. And I will do the dream. I will live the dream. I will be the dream. So I'm going to just ask you what you want to become. So that we'll put it down to say, this person, you tell me your name and what you will be in 2033. So that we're not just talking to the air. Whatever we say, as they say, the universe will conspire to make you become. You're saying it today. No matter what happens, you will remember that you heard. You can live your dream because your dreams are valid. You can live your dreams. You can be who God has called you to be. You can be everything you desire to be, but there's work to be done. And that work is education. What education will do to you, first of all, know that education is life. It's helping you to grow, to know yourself, to be self-aware, to see opportunities, to express your potentials and grow to become. So you are not here to learn for nothing. You are here to learn so that you can do better than your parents did. In so many ways, I've done better than my parents, and that's their prayer. Prayer of every parent is you do better than us. So we're praying the same prayer for you. You do better than us. You will do better than us. Thank you so much. It's a prayer. But your dreams are valid. Understand that so that you can move on and you have roles to play. Sitting right here as surgeons. Say amen if you want to be a surgeon. Sitting right here are pilots. Sitting right here are governors, presidents of companies and of nations. Sitting right here are architects. Sitting right here are engineers. Sitting right here are teachers. Sitting right here are business women. So don't let anybody tell you your dreams are not valid. I don't care where you're from. Walk the dream like Terera walked her dream. Today she's known. You can go Google her. She has built schools now for other people. She has a PhD, a doctorate. Somebody that they said will end up in her husband's house is doing so much more. So you have a role to play. When a woman is educated, the family is better in every way. Health-wise, we are better. Because when you are educated, you know how to take your child for immunization, to prevent deadly diseases. When you are educated, you know how to make better informed decisions. When you are educated, you will know how to delay gratification. Some of us want things now, and we're ready to, let's go with the boys, God forbid. You don't even know what they are doing and you are rolling with them. Giving you an engagement ring and you are laughing on Instagram. That's not the life. There are better things to do. You can educate people with your phone if you have a phone. As a rule, we don't give phones to our children till they are 13. But even at that, there's control. But you can do so much good with your phone. You can do so much good that people will notice you. Do you know just being in class is not enough if you want to attend the Ivy League schools? Sport is important. Music is important. Your interaction with people is important. Your community, the things that you do is important. So when you are applying for college, especially overseas, they just don't want to see good grades. What else are you doing? What else are you doing? Can you sing? Are you singing? Can you write songs? Do you know you can earn money from writing good songs? Inspiring songs that even the songs of the world will buy from you. Do you know you can make good money from writing scripts and movies? Do you know you can score and do music in such a way where films will be looking for you? Do you know that? We have so much on the inside of us. Let's not let anything stop us from becoming who God has called us to be. Let not your background make you put yourself sitting down on the ground and saying, I can't be anything. She was saying something, no, I've done house help, I've done this, I've sold so many things. I didn't have to hawk because thank God my parents had means. But I've gone through seasons in my life that I thought I won't make it. Every time I had that encounter to say, you're not going to graduate, I'll remember, my parents did not have a university degree. I'm going to be the first in my family, I have to get it. And if I don't, my siblings will have an excuse not to finish. Say, sister did not finish, or why should I finish? Final year, I had a terrible accident. I still have the scars to show. And that was enough for me to say, no need, just drop out. Because that was what the devil wanted. But I still finished. Today I can show my certificate that I went to school. And like I tell people, interestingly, I made a third class. I had to quickly do a PGD to further. But what am I saying? I have never, and I still say it, I have never used that degree to look for a job. Because every time I have an interview, because I read a lot as a child, I used to write. I have several books to my name now. I used to write. Every time I have and I read. Reading for me was a must. My father will buy Tribune and Observer. I will go to school, come back, I will be reading. Till today I can read suya paper. You know when he says suya paper? Sometimes it's 20 years back and somebody used it to wrap suya. I'll be reading it. Because no news is still for me. I will read. So if I go for any interview, they don't look for my certificate, I will wow them and they'll be shouting like, hey, hey, hey. Why? The reading opens me up to so much. And I still read till today. I can count what I read on a daily basis and what I listen to. So what am I begging all of you to do? Just being in school is one education, but educating yourself and personal development is another. My parents wanted me to read medicine. I ended up not reading medicine. But right now I'm in the mental health space that when they call me sometimes, they'll say, doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I know my work. Maybe native doctor. I don't need a degree for that. But as I wrap this up, sit down. Forecast to 2023. 2033 and tell yourself, this is where I will be when they call me out. Maybe for some of you, you'll be receiving an award. Because if you don't make it look so real, you won't achieve it. I remember our daughter at the beginning of this year, she wrote something. I want to go to university in June to look at the school somewhere in Canada and see if that will be a school for me. She wrote it down because we do that every year. We write our goals. I have my goals written. I can show you some of my goals from maybe back 2012, it's in my iPad. I can show you. If I achieve, done. I don't achieve, we try again. And this girl wrote her goals. This I'll be going in January. If she didn't write that goal, when the opportunity came in January, she wouldn't have done it. Because if it's not part of your goal, you won't do it. In January, she had an opportunity to be in that city. And she was like, oh, I need to go for this tour now. And it came to pass. So when I'm telling you, write 2033, sometimes your dreams will keep you alive. Do you know that? Because you have something to live for. I will become this thing, and you can't die anyhow. My dreams have kept me alive. Can't tell you how many times the devil has tried to kill me. But I'm telling you, because God knows I will live that dream. Today I am where I am because I'm living that dream, because I saw it ahead. If you even go to my house, you'll see my dream board with pictures. There was a time I put some things. These are the kind of people I'll be speaking with. My husband came and put his picture in front. You can't go alone. We are going to be doing that speaking together. Are you getting me? You have value. Make use of it. Don't let anybody tell you because you're a woman. I'm a man that teaches men how to be fathers. I've written 2 books for fathers. When I started, even my husband asked me, are you a father? I said no, but God called me to do this work. When no voice was being heard anywhere, I was a woman that came out to say, fathers, take the lead. Because if you do, what will happen? Your children will see you as role models and do better. It was not popular then. Now almost everybody is everywhere. But when I came out, nobody. People didn't understand anything about me. I kept researching, I kept writing. Today, if they are talking about fatherhood, anywhere, I can beat my chest. Call me, wake me up from sleep, I can talk about it. Why? Nobody taught me. God taught me, and I started reading and researching. So don't sit back there and tell yourself you are just too little. I started writing before I could even say, no, I still have a pen, I don't have a book with me. But that's me, you're talking to me, I'm writing. And those notes have taken me so many places. So I've come to inspire you that today, as we celebrate the International Day of the Girl Child, you are a girl child, I am a girl child. We can become whatever we want to be. Our dreams are valid. And come 2033, by God's grace, some of you will be sharing your testimony. That I wrote that I'll be a doctor and I'm a doctor. I wrote that I'll be an architect and I'm an architect. So stand up and tell yourself, 2033, read out your name and tell yourself what you've written, what you want to be. 2033, I'll be a blessing to my world. 2033, I'll be a solution to my world. 2033, I will be that woman that people will look up to and say, yes, you've inspired me to become better. Say it to yourself. Call your name and say it. 2033, this is what I'll become. So help me God. Thank you so much.